Billy's dad, Bob.
Nice to meet you. I guess we'll get started by looking at Billy's reading progress over the course of the year and where he's at now. Feel free to interrupt me if you have any questions. Okay, so over the course of the year, and even into last year, Billy took 3 tests that were looked at different aspects of reading. One of the aspects was fluency, which basically measures how many words correct per minute he can read. And as you can see here, he's improved his scores from last year, which is exactly what we wanted to see. Proficiency is considered to be 114 to 141 words correct per minute. So he's just about in the middle of that range with 125, which, like I said, is exactly where we want him to be. This test was BRI, which stands for Basic Reading Inventory. It's the only test that looks at the fluency, so it's, I guess, kind of biased in that way, but it's a very trusted test, so we're okay with that. It's basically a test where students read for just about a minute, and they answer comprehension questions at the end. And I guess we can move on to comprehension. It's a little bit lower than what we would like to see. Last year, as you can see, he was increasing his scores, but then this year they kind of slipped. Proficiency is considered to be 65 to 80%, and it's measured by percentiles, which basically means that in a room of 100 students, Billy should be ahead of 20 to 35 of them. And as far as Billy's scores are concerned, he tested at 50% for the spring, which isn't exactly where we want him. Do you have any idea of what may have caused this dip, or why he started out the year so well and kind of just fell off? Did anything like traumatic happen at home that could have affected this? His ITBS scores, which tests students for kind of like all-around knowledge, and is a multiple choice kind of test, also kind of dove in comprehension. He went from a 58 in 2nd grade to a 21 this year, and proficiency is 41. So, Billy, were you extra nervous this year?
I was. I didn't really sleep much the night before. I didn't get the sleep I needed. I did eat breakfast, but I just didn't really feel good afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right before Christmas break, our family dog had to be put down, and that might have been a little issue since they were best friends. Though he seemed to have gotten over it for the most part. He did keep stressing that they need to get to bed early, like 7 o'clock, just to make sure they got enough rest. And so is there anything we can do at home to prevent this from happening again, to improve his skills a little? He brings home books all the time, and I see him reading them, and they seem to appear to be about the right difficulty for him.
Yeah, I can understand why you get a little bit nervous for ITBS. Our school really stresses the need to do well on them, and I'm afraid that sometimes it comes out hard on the students. I'm glad that you are reading at home, though. It's very good. But you might be having some trouble applying comprehension skills during testing situations, which is perfectly understandable because it can be very stressful. As for things that you can do at home, you can try having him read like a variety of texts, like not necessarily different genres, but different types of texts, like newspapers and directions. You can have him read aloud too, and see, like have him summarize every paragraph or so. And that would help him stay on top of fluency, and also help with comprehension as he has to summarize. And you can keep an ongoing list of vocab words that he's having troubles with, and that's kind of what we do here at school. We have their own personal dictionary that they keep the words they don't know in. You can also have him read signs as you go past on the highway. Just basically anything that he can read, he should probably read just to get exposure to it.
Would my reading aloud with him help at all?
Oh yes, it would. That's what we do here at school too. It helps with fluency and a little bit with accuracy. And I guess speaking of accuracy, that's also another aspect that the BRI test also tests. Proficiency is 90 to 94%, and in 2nd grade he was proficient and even reached into the above proficiency. category, but in third grade, he's still in the proficient category and on the high end, so we are perfectly okay there. ITBS also looks at a couple of their other categories like vocab. Billy was slightly below the 41% cutoff proficiency in second grade with a 34, but this year he's up to a 40, so we're getting right back on track, and I don't really have any problems with that. Using the vocab at home and reading at home will definitely help with that. The other scores that are measured is the total reading score. As you can see, it's a 30, and that also transfers into the NGE, which is the National Grade Equivalent. And since his grade is 30, that basically means that a child at the very beginning of third grade would have the same score that he scored. So he's a little bit behind, but I think that with the extra help that he's getting at home and what we do here at school with the vocab and the extra reading in the downtime would definitely help with that. And then the last test that Billy took was a DSA test, and that stands for Developmental Spelling Assessment, and so like it implies, it measures spelling. And it looks at the 5 different aspects of spelling and the categories within that. Billy's doing really well in that. He's made his benchmark, which is 18, so we are good there. And let's see here. As always, he could probably use a little bit of boost. He's right on that level. So once again, doing that extra work at home over the summer and a little bit at the end of the year should help out. So I think we're on good track. Just with a little extra boost, you should be doing just fine. Thank you for coming in.
All right, yeah, thank you.